Hi and welcome. Today we're going to make this merry and bright holiday card. Yes, you can use it for Christmas, but it can be extended into winter. And I put it onto a cream ground, but I think had I used a gray textured paper, it might have been also really pretty. See, the white would stand out a little bit more. You can change any of the colors. I just love the idea of the Christmas flowers with the cardinal. I hope that you enjoy giving it as much as you enjoy making it. And stay with me, let's make it together. Hi and welcome. Today we're gonna make this fun cardinal card. It's got some Christmas flowers, some snow, and merry and bright. I'm gonna put the card together on a cream color cardstock, but I was thinking that a light gray, some texture, this is sort of a little bit of a diamond, might be really fun to cut the base card out. And this paper actually has white inside. I prefer to have no design on the inside when I'm writing my cards out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is figure out my position of the birdhouse and my lettering. What I think I'm gonna do is the lettering will go on last, but the lettering is not going to be 3D, but I'd really like the birdhouse to be 3D. And I think that's a pretty good position. So let's take that off for the moment. Let's take this off for the moment. So I'm gonna put my gray base down first. And the way I designed it is the corners to corners fit. So if you just match up the corner of that point and that point, there's your gray base. So I'm gonna put the snow on the roof, and then I think I'm gonna build the flowers, but then put the flowers on three-dimensionally. I think that might be really nice. So here's the roof snow, and I'm going to use a little zig pen and the tape. I'm going to bring some paper here so I can not get glue on my table. And you can see the whole outside shape fits. And I believe this is my bright dot. So the flower's shape has the leaves, and then the red flowers go over. So you want to put the green leaves down first. So let's do that. And they fit right over the red. And put this one on. Nice. So I'm gonna put this flower down first. And I do have my image open on my screen just so I can make sure that I do it correctly, because this is the other flower shape. So this red is actually the flower all by itself. It's not a separate cutout. And always the edges always match, so it makes it easy to put together. And then I have this larger green in the center of the burgundy flower. And then this little flower green in the center of here. And there's no, obviously there's no marking for the center, but you can put that sort of right in the middle. So this snow goes onto these two flowers. So let's add that in. And again, you can see the bump, so it's this edge right here to this edge. And then this little piece of snow right here on this petal. Now I know there's probably not a lot of flowers out in the snow, but part of designing is the fantasy of the whole thing, so I wanted snow on my flowers. And I think that will be fabulous, pop dotted in. So let's put the cardinal together. And again, this little face, so the eye will match up onto the bright red. Again, that 3 little divot with the eyeball. And it actually goes right to the edge here, right there. And I have the black wing over here. So this fits right into here where his little hairdo is. And then the black wing fits right into the red space. Actually, I'm going to use this. These expandable tweezers make things really easy sometimes when you're trying to pick things up. So my tail, my wing, perfect. So let's pop dot here the cardinal. And I like to use these Zot dots, but there's a lot of pop dot styles out there. Craft stores have the white ones. I know dollar stores sell them. Now I am going to cut this in half. I think I'm going to need, oops, probably one on this little leaf edge here. Just so it doesn't sag weird. Okay. So we're going to line this up with the leaves. Right in there. Nice. And my cardinal in the picture is actually standing on the, supposedly like the wood frame. And you'll notice that there's a hole for his eyeball because that's really gonna be the dark gray in the background. Sweet. So I'm gonna put it onto the card. And I'm not gonna pop dot it onto the card because I've already pop dotted the actual imagery. So I'm coming right to the edge here so that my lettering fits. So I'll just lay it out. I'm gonna get that dot out of there, of my Y. Mary, and right. And it fits right nicely over the birdhouse because remember I didn't pop dot that. Had I pop dotted the birdhouse onto the card, I would have had to have a little dot on the edge of my bee so that it was raised. So I'm gonna put the bright on first, and I am going to attach it to my tweezer. And I'm just gonna eyeball it so that it's straight. Looks good. I'm gonna pat it down with my clay tools. I think tools are so universal that you can use so many different things for so many projects. And yes, this is my tiny little dot for my eye. Oh, and it goes, actually I'm gonna do it this way, right? Press down, my ampersand. Mary and. Again, just sort of in the middle of the and. And I'm gonna put the M down first. But I always leave the other lettering in position so I can see it. Remember, there's no mistakes in art. And I don't know if you can see on my table, I think you can't see it, but I actually cut out more cards because I just love the Cardinals. And I really love sending cards, so I make myself a little arsenal sometimes. Just as a backup, I can always have a card ready to go. I'm gonna cap that. I'm gonna put my Mary down. Nice. And there you have it. A holiday card with an adorable cardinal. And again, if I had used something like this behind the card, that might be really nice. In the file, you'll find the card cut out, so you could always cut extra cardstock. Thanks for watching. Check out the rest of my files in my Silhouette Design store. Thanks for your support.